Welcome, everyone. I am so excited that you guys are live tuning in to our Trilogy at Ocala Preserve live event. This is our special DIY at-home spot treatment. My name is Olivia, and if you are not familiar with me and I don't have the pleasure of knowing you, I am one of the community representatives here at Trilogy at Ocala Preserve. However, flashback about 2 years ago, I actually had the privilege of being your very own lifestyle director here at Trilogy Ocala Preserve. So for me, it's honestly super cool that I get to be on this side of the game now and again, connect with you guys, even though it's just virtually right now, but it is really cool because I miss you all very, very much. So I know that we have some folks national-wide that are joining us, some here from Ocala, and also some of our even Shea guests who are kind of looking and interested in what the Trilogy at Ocala Preserve community and events and lifestyle is all about. So welcome all. Before I get started, I want to give you kind of like okay, Olivia, what are we doing today? Again, we're going to do DIY's spa treatment. Many of us have been at home more than often, and although things are slowly, hopefully, starting to get back to normal, hey, these are things that no matter what's going on, you are able to utilize them in your kitchen. And really, the coolest part is there are all ingredients that are used in your everyday life. So you're most likely going to have these available. So it's no crazy things you've got to go out and purchase and buy. It's pretty simple, pretty straightforward. Now, one thing I did want to mention is this is going to be completely interactive. So if you guys at home have any questions, comments, chime in, shout outs, anything like that, please comment. There is a box on either side of your screen, so you'll be able to shoot a comment or question at any time. My sidekick in the back that you cannot see, but our very own Jessica, which is your lifestyle director, is also going to be checking out those chats and those questions. So she's standing by to make sure we get everything answered for you guys. Okay, so when you guys think of spas, what is the first thing that you think of? Calm, relaxation, just kind of checking out for a while. Exactly. So we have to make sure that before we even start on any of these ingredients, your surroundings, your environment also checks off those boxes. So I want to make sure that you guys are always checking off those senses, your sight, smell, touch. Everything around you that's going on is going to play a huge factor for you guys to pull this DIY spa treatments successfully. So one of my tips that I'm going to give you is start by lighting the mood correctly. We all love bright lights. We all love natural lighting. But when it comes to spa and really trying to tranquil and that zen feeling, how about we dim some lights, pull some shades, the shutters, anything like that, just to give you that nice ambiance feeling of zen. The second thing you want to do is create an environment with what you're smelling. There's so many different ways you can do this, either by a candle. I am a candle fanatic, but I also love diffusing oils. So I'm not here to let you know about which oils to buy or which brands. Whatever oils you guys prefer, you are able to diffuse those. And again, it just helps with the whole entire environment. Now, the third thing that I can tell you is sound. It's really super crucial what you are listening to. You don't want the news blaring in the background. You don't want anything like that. So what I do at home is I either tune into my Pandora station or Spotify or iTunes or YouTube or whatever it is that you guys want to do. And you can play in the sounds, and it's super simple. Like if you're on Pandora, you do spa sounds, thunderstorms, river streams, anything like that, your favorites, because that is really going to help you set the mood. So between candles or a diffuser, lighting that is dim and calm and relaxing, and those natural sounds, you are good to go. Okay, so check ambiance and environment, we're good. The second thing is, Olivia, how do I store these things? Well, I'm going to take you through not only, again, the ingredients that we use for all of these really, really cool, simple DIYs, but also how we can store them. There are tons of ways. Now, I have this massive, massive jug. Now, the first one that we're going to do is a really, really neat muscle soak. So again, it depends on what you're doing and what you're storing. I would honestly recommend a glass mason jar. You don't have to do that. Again, it really depends on what it is that you're going to be mixing, whether it's salts or, you know, if there's some sort of oil in it. But my favorite are these. Now, you also can purchase any of these on Amazon, or most of people have these just lying around somewhere. But something like this with your lid is perfect for those scrubs and, you know, not too big of a jug. And then you also, I'll tell you guys what, it makes great gifts. So if you guys have these extra things laying around, it's awesome because they're a gift too. You just put some cute twine on it, you know, put a little cute sticker, and you've got yourself a gift. And all these things came from your kitchen. So easy. All right, so we have your storage and how you keep them checked. Let's get down to the nitty gritty. Are you guys ready to have some fun? If you haven't poured yourself a drink, it is 1 o'clock, so we're fine. Or whatever sort of beverage you guys would want to take in it at this afternoon. The other thing is, before we start, I want to make sure on this download, you guys should have had the DIY spa treatments recipes. So it's really important because after this is all gone, one, you can view it again and you'll have every single recipe. So don't worry about writing everything down and making sure you've got all this ready. We have that set for you to go. So don't worry. Okay. So number one, we are going to start on our muscle soak. For us right now in this season, I know that many of you guys have been working out and trying to stay active and fit, and sometimes we go a little bit overboard. So what do we do when you want to release tension? Maybe just relax your muscles, soothe those sore muscles. This one is a super, super awesome soak because it's going to help you relax in more ways than one. So the first thing is we're going to use Epsom salt. If you guys have not used Epsom salt, first of all, it's the world's easiest ingredient to find because you can do it either Walgreens or Publix or anything like that. But you can find it in big bags and you can really do so many things. It's either you can do a regular non-scented, you can do lavender, which is one of my favorites, but we are going to be using Epsom salt, and I've already pre-portioned it out. It's 1.5 cups of Epsom salt. So what I recommend is take a bowl, okay, nice big bowl, and we are going to pour the entire 1.5 cups of Epsom salt. Now again, none of these things are very complicated. It's all about ingredients and really customizing it. And if you don't have something, don't worry about it. You can substitute it or not. It's not a problem at all. So we've done the Epsom salt. Then we are going to use 1/2 cup. It's actually 1/2 cup of either salt, sea salt, or your Himalayan salt. Now, I'm not sure if you can sort of see that, but this one that I'm using here is your Himalayan salt. So it's going to be 1/2 cup, and we are going to put it right in that bowl. So as you can see, we are starting to mix everything up. Then we have 1/2 cup of baking soda. Okay, we're going to utilize this 1/2 cup of baking soda. Now, one of my favorites is, again, essential oils. Do you have to do this? No, you don't have to. But I think it, again, just helps with invoking all of those smells and relaxation. So one of my favorites is lavender, and I love peppermint. I also love eucalyptus, but I also picked up at Walgreens a tea tree. So again, you don't have to order from these fancy, oil companies. You can pick them up at Walgreens or Publix or your local grocery store. Totally fine. So what we're going to do here is we are going to drop 6 to 8, depending on if you guys want, 6 to 8 droplets of either oil that you would want. And you can even mix too. I love mixing both of these just for the sake of this one because I have a lot of lavender soaks at home. I'm going to do peppermint. So once all that is said and done, you are going to take a spoon and you can mix it. Now, one other thing that you're able to do is if you want, you can add a soap coloring. There are some people that love this. There are some people that are going to utilize this as gifts. So if you're doing a pink package or a blue package or a yellow package, you can always pour some soap coloring to give it an extra color. Because I particularly used Himalayan salt, you can kind of see, I don't know if you can see exactly, but you can kind of see that we've got shades of pink because of the pink Himalayan salt and the regular salt. So what do we do after this? Perfect. This is a perfect example of something that we can store in these large jugs. Obviously, we don't want to keep it in here because the trick to this is using it in a hot bath. Now, some of you say, Olivia, maybe what if I don't like to take baths and soak and things like that? It's totally fine. You don't necessarily have to. What you can also do is, for example, if you've got arthritis or anything like that, things or aches and pains on your legs, your ankles, shins, things like that, you can always take a large tub and then pour this inside. Make sure that the water is hot or lukewarm, because that way all the salts from the Epsom salt and the pink Himalayan salt are going to get activated, and that way they will produce the best results as possible. Now, a lot of people think, well, is Epsom salt just for when I'm sore? It actually helps so many things. It actually relieves constipation, and hey, let's be real here, it happens to everyone. So those things are also awesome for you. Now again, you can store them in these big glass mason jars, or you can do them in a little one if you're giving them away. But this is our first muscle soaker for relaxation of those muscles. Pretty easy, right? All right, so the second one, I'm gonna get this guy out of our way, and I'm going to do another one, which is actually one of my favorites. I think the hardest thing about this one is not having the urge to eat what you're about to prepare here. But this one is our sugar cookie lip scrub. Guys, this is one that is going to help for moisture on your lips. If you've got those cracked lips that, you keep applying, but you're going to be at home for a little bit, so you want to apply this. This is an all natural lip scrub. So what we're going to do is I've already pre-portioned 1.5 teaspoons of coconut oil and 1/4 teaspoon of almond oil in here. Now, again, if you don't have almond oil, totally fine. Just use your coconut oil. Again, there are different substitutes that you can do. I particularly love the almond just because it tastes so good. So I've already got it pre-portioned in here. Now, the third thing is 1 tablespoon of organic cane sugar. I do say organic because it really does help, especially if this is going to be going on your lips and probably in your mouth because it tastes so good. What I would recommend is don't use the raw sugar, because the raw sugar, it's a lot thicker of a consistency. So you want to make sure that you're just using, the granulated thin sugar. So I'm going to put that in our already pre-portioned oil here. And then the second thing we're going to do is our vanilla extract. Okay. So our vanilla extract, it's actually really, really good because with vanilla, it gives you such an amazing scent. So it makes it even yummier. So we are going to pre-portion this out. We're going to dump that in there. And then we are going to do 1/8 teaspoon of raw honey. Okay. Now this one, also, you don't need a lot of honey. It's really just a little bit. But this one I also recommend to do organic. And the cool thing is that nowadays there are so many different types of honey you have ginger honey, sunflower honey, you've got every kind. You can go and knock yourself out. So all you're going to do is just mix. And here's the beauty of this. It doesn't have to be exact. If you want it to be a little bit softer consistency, throw some more honey in it. Throw some more vanilla in it. If you want it to be a thicker consistency, add some more sugar. So all of these things, I wish you could smell it because it smells so delicious. But it's super easy. What we're going to do is you're going to just dab it on your finger. And there's tons of ways you can apply this if you want to do it with a Q-tip, anything like that. But what this is going to do is when you put it on, I'm taste testing it for you just to make sure we're good. But yes, it is absolutely divine. And yep, it's good. What it'll do is it'll exfoliate your lips, get rid of and help with the cracking and just bring all that moisture. Everyone knows that especially coconut oil is extremely good, not only for your lips, for cooking, for your hair, for your body, for those dried, cracked areas. Coconut oil and olive oil too. Hey, if you have that, throw it in. It's fine. but coconut oil is especially great for all of those things. So perfect. There is your sweet treat for the day as far as your sugar cookie lip scrub. This one's also one that if you make enough, you can put it in here, but they also sell these little tiny glass ones. And I will give you a quick tip. Sometimes you'll get, what are they? They're kind of like, they're samples of lotions or something like that. They're these little glass things. Sometimes you get them from like Lancome or something like that. I use those all the time and I reuse those. So this is a perfect scrub that you'll be able to reuse those little containers when you're on the go or something like that. Okay? Your next one. We are going to be doing a cooling cucumber eye pads. So ladies and gentlemen, this is a great one for puffy eyes. It reduces swelling. It helps with hydration of the eyes, and it's an anti-inflammatory. None of us like to have puffy eyes and, you know, just we want to look refreshed every single day. So I know that when we hear spa and we hear retreat and massage, we obviously, first thing we think about is probably your cucumber, you know, like slices that you'll put on and then you'll get your mask. Well, it's extremely easy because this recipe has 2 ingredients, water and your cucumbers. Okay, so here we go. I am going to start out with simply dicing, and it's really, really easy, honestly. Just cutting your cucumbers, okay? You will need a blender. You can do any sort of blender. We're gonna pop that in there, cut a little bit more. Now this one I will say, if you wanna really get all the features and the benefits of these cooling eye masks, you should probably prep it at least a day before, and I'm gonna explain why. Then you get half a cup of water and you'll pour it in there, okay? You've got that, and my blade. My blade is right here, okay? So we're in. Ta-da! We have got the easiest coconut water. The cool thing is, not coconut, cucumber. The coolest thing is, all of you guys know, or if you don't, cucumber already has so many nutrients and components and is very, very hydrating. It has a lot of liquid and water. That's why when you're bloated or anything like that, they say, hey, cucumber and lemon. So the nice thing about it is we're not extracting anything out. It's all here, and it all, you know, is within here with just water, nothing else. Then the next step is you're going to take these eye pads. They are cotton eye pads, which are really, really important, but these are the flat cotton. Make sure that you don't get like those cotton balls that kind of, you know, go into pieces. You really have to make sure that they're just they're a little bit more expensive, but they're actually worth it, because when you take off your makeup and stuff like that, they're not going to disintegrate. So all you're going to do is, I like to put them back in here. So you've got your mixture ready to go, and then you soak them in the water. Okay, so if you can see that, I'm letting all of that goodness just stay in that mason jar, and then bam, you can pop it into the freezer. So what happens is they freeze, and just had a Rachel Ray moment. Okay, so anyways, they freeze, and what do you get? You get hardened pads. So all you do, pop them on your eyes, and you're all set. Okay? Super easy, super hydrating, first of all. And you don't need to go out and buy these already pre-made. Why buy the pre-made when you have everything here? It's simply water and cucumber. Freeze it overnight. Bam. No more puffy eyes. So you're good to go. That is number 3. So we're doing good so far. We're doing good so far. Let me take this guy out of the way. Now, this is another favorite of mine. Why? Because last weekend, no, I think 2 weekends ago, I experienced a major sunburn. I took a day off and went to the beach and overdid it, obviously. And so I got really, really sunburned. So this is an after sun cooling and healing gel. Now, you say, Olivia, well, why do you have lotion? Because if you don't have the healing gel right away, some people do, some people don't, but this is another alternative. So what I have already in here is going to be half a cup of aloe vera gel. This is really simple to buy. Again, Publix, Walgreens, your pharmacy, you can get it on Amazon. It's honestly really, really nice to have on hand because aloe vera, if you're not familiar, it has so many antioxidants and antibacterial components. So it's really good, not only just for your skin, for your hair. It heals and treats open wounds, which is really, really good. And if you even want to go a step further and really outdo yourself, then buy the plant. If you buy the actually aloe vera plant, slice it in half, scrape it all out, then you even get a better version of what we're doing here. But for demonstration's sake, I have our aloe vera gel here. Again, this one is super simple. It's literally only about 2 ingredients. You have your aloe vera gel and whatever 2 oils that you want to use. For this particular one, I'm going to use actually lavender because lavender is one of my favorites, and lavender is also great for healing and for skin. So what we'll do is we are going to add 2 drops of your lavender. And it says on here peppermint. Again, you can add whatever you want. If you like peppermint, if you don't like it, if you like tea tree oil, have at it. But the cool thing is, I'm going to take this guy off, is once you've put in your oils, all you have to do is rub it on. It's there, and rub it on all over. So if you guys are sunburned, or if you're extra maybe dry on some of your like elbows and knees and things like that, this is going to be extremely cooling, especially because if you're adding peppermint or lavender, all of those components give you that extra cooling effect. Plus the aloe vera, again, is just an absolute must for skin. So again, same thing. If you're going to want to use just lotion, just get regular lotion. What I like to do, a couple pumps here, or you can, put it in another compartment just like this. But honestly, when I'm in a hurry, and this is what I did last week when my skin was just red, just put a couple of drops here. I already have my lotion and apply. Super, super easy. And now that I have lotion and aloe vera all over myself, I can go back to the sun. But yes, so again, super, super easy for the summertime. Everyone knows that after being inside, everybody wants to get out and at the pool or at the beach. And like me, I overdid it. So just in case you overdid it, now you've got a solution. Super, super easy. Okay. Last but not least is a really fun one. And I'm going to ask one of my special guests, who again is behind the scenes, but she is here at Trilogy at Ocala Preserve, very own lifestyle director, Jessica. So she is my poor volunteer. I, after this, have to go back and give a couple tours and show everyone, the great lifestyle that you can achieve here at Trilogy. So I can't put this on my face right now, but she can. So she has kindly offered to assist me. So what is this? This is an antioxidant face mask. Super easy. What we're going to do is we're going to take 1/4 cup of plain Greek yogurt. So guys, you can see here, you've already got it. Then you are going to be using one of my favorite ingredients, which is turmeric. Guys, if you've never cooked with turmeric, it's awesome. Not only does it gives your food great color, but it is loaded with antioxidants, again, anti-inflammatory, and it fights aging, if you did not know. So we have a little tiny bit of turmeric. Now, I will tell you, it's only 1/4 cup. Warning, turmeric goes a long way. It is let's just say you don't want to get it on your clothes. You want to make sure that you're careful not getting it on your clothes. So Jess, I promise to be careful. So we are emptying out that turmeric into our Greek yogurt. We're going to give it a good mix. And then, where'd my honey go? I'll probably put it back there. Thank you, Jess. Okay, and then we're going to do 1 tablespoon of honey. Okay. I always like to give that a nice effect here. Of your honey, again, I'm using organic just because it's going to go on your face and it's a little bit better. We are going to mix this all up. Super simple, and honestly, smell that. It smells really good. Well, I don't know if it's that or my arms that are doused in, you know, in the prior DIY. But anyway, so here we go. Once we do that, all right, Jess, I am going to, now you can do this either way. You can actually grab, if you have a makeup brush, some people have them, you can apply this with a makeup brush. If you don't, it's as simple as using your 2 fingers, and you just want to gently apply to the face. So here we go. I feel like we're doing
It's nice and cold.
a ceremony. Yeah, here we go. And here's the thing. The more turmeric you are going to put into this, the more coloring you get. But again, it's extremely helpful for wrinkles, anti-aging, antioxidants, anti-inflammatories, anti-everything. You name it, turmeric. It's actually an ingredient that they have been using in India. It's one of their medicinal spices and herbs for years. So, and it's also great for food coloring. Being Latin, I always make, you know, these crazy dishes, and I want to give it some color to like my rice and my meats and stuff like that, but I don't necessarily want those fake ingredients. So I add turmeric and it gives beautiful color, like Jessica's face. So there you go. That, if you can see, is basically the end result of what your antioxidant face mask will look like. So the key is to leave it on for at least 15 to 20 minutes. And then it's as simple as taking a washcloth and pat dry your face. You never, ever, ever want to scrub your face or do anything, any harsh movements, because it's very, very delicate. And let's be real, we don't want to get wrinkles. So you want to make sure and pat dry. Now, it hasn't been 15 to 20 minutes, but for demonstration's sake, we're going to let her wash off her face. So she is just going to pat her face dry. Now, I think we've kind of utilized every ingredient we can possibly use, besides bacon, but that's a whole other segment. But anyways, folks, I want to thank you so much on behalf of everyone here at Trilogy at Ocala Preserve, your lifestyle director, Jessica, your trusted community representative here at Trilogy at Ocala Preserve. We thank you so much for logging on, for having fun with us, and for getting to, you know, experiment and just play around. Thank you so much. You guys have a wonderful rest of your week. Take care.